Well, Simgot has done it again. I don't know how they do this, but it's the EA500LM today in for review. Before I start the review, I want to say that these are a review unit from Simgot and a huge thanks to them, but all the thoughts and opinions are about to hear are my own. So let's talk about the build comfort and accessories first. The overall packaging is really good. I really like this outside box. It has this nice trippy art. Inside the package, it has the IM, the really good 2-pin cable, the fantastic case, and 3 sets of nozzle, spare silicone rings, and 1 set of silicone tips. I personally would have liked a set of foam tips with this, but hey, there is also no driver flex over here, being a single DD. That is a good thing. These are also really comfortable to wear, and I can wear them for hours without any issues. The IM has this mirrored finish which gets scratched easily, and although it looks nice, but I don't like it. I would have preferred a brushed aluminium or something like that. Now, sound impressions. The overall sound signature is quite Harman, wherein the upper mids and mid treble is subdued a bit, while also giving the mid bass a bit of an oomph. I really like the stock sound coming out of this. I'll be using the stock gold nozzle when it comes to this, but I'll also be suggesting a small mod for these, which you can do easily. Hey guys, quick break over here. 94% of the people watching this video aren't subscribed, so I would really appreciate if you could hit that subscribe button and also like my video. That really helps me out a lot, and it helps me to bring out more reviews to you, and you can also stay updated for all the latest product reviews I bring. So yeah, back to the video. I would suggest that you take the foam from the silver black nozzle and put it inside the gold nozzle. Compact the initial foam inside the nozzle a bit, then shove the second foam which you got from the silver or black nozzle. This way, the treble, which can get a bit peaky in some songs, is subdued a bit, and the bass sounds a bit more cleaner, and it sounds a bit more tandem with the treble over here. This free mod is quite easy to do, and it changes the stock sound by a tad bit. And this change is really welcome, and it takes only 2 minutes to do. I'll be using all the stock accessories for my review except the minor mod which I talked about. These also play really well as a low volume set, which is a thing I like. Now let's talk about the bass. The overall bass is pretty good. The sub bass is really good and has sense of rumble and texture over here. When listening to Crack Crack Crackle by Classy, it has the right amount of bass texture and quantity. The bass feels really clean and detailed over here. The mid bass too performs really well, and it goes well in tandem with the sub bass. The mid bass, though in some songs could be a bit lifeless, this is especially apparent when listening to the OST from the Ping Pong anime. But the overall bass response when considered is really good. Now let's talk about the mids. The instruments from the 1985 live album by Cassiopeia is done really well. It has this touch of thickness, which is basically the oomph in mid bass I mentioned previously. The instrument sounds good and has the correct tone and timbre. Now coming to male vocals. For the male vocals, they sound a bit behind the overall sound, like the overall sonic range, although for the price they are quite good. Male vocals like Chris Cornell and Bill Withers, while they don't sound the absolute best, they are still quite apt. The female vocals is where it is done perfectly. They are not too shouty at all, but they still sound very lively. Songs like Hanawa Sakura by Ikimonogatari sound very well controlled while giving me the lively feeling of the female vocals. Treble. The overall treble is much better than the Simgot house sound over here. I think so Simgot listened here to the feedback and they cut back on the peaky harsh treble they had on the previous IEMs. There is a decent amount of treble extension over here too. The treble for me has a perfect amount of airiness and it performs really well. Now let's talk about the soundstage, technicalities and imaging. The soundstage of the EA500LM is fantastic. I'm surprised as to how an under $100 IEM can perform so well. Listening to live songs was really nice treat over here. The soundstage has equal amounts of width and also equal amounts of depth. It also has very good technicalities. It hits way above the price point. I could call this a benchmark for under the $100 or even the $150 price point. Imaging 2 is really good and it performs really well with the exceptional soundstage. The right to left and the vice versa transition was really good. Gaming test. Well, it having a fantastic soundstage and imaging fares really well for it being a gaming IEM. Even in a situation where a lot is happening, it maintains its composure well and everything sounds well under control. Let's talk about comparison and recommendation. Versus the Geekwold GK20, the GK20 is a lean sounding IEM and the EA500LM is an all-rounder IEM. I think so for most people the EA500LM is a better deal. Although if you want a better treble, then the GK20 is better. Versus the Simgot EM6L. Well, I think so the EA500LM clearly wins it over here. Because the bass in EM6L is a bit blunt, flabby, while in EA500LM it is very tactile and punchy. Also, the dynamic presentation of the EA500LM comes across really well than the EM6L. Versus the Simgot EA1000. Now this is the surprising part. In every aspect I feel that the EA500LM is much better than the EA1000. EA1000 is a tad bit better than the EA500LM when it comes to treble. But is it really worth double the price? No. Also surprisingly, the soundstage and imaging is much better here in the cheaper and the younger EA500LM than in the EA1000. Versus the EW200. Well, what can I say? This is the upgrade in every sense. So if you're planning to buy the EW200 or are looking for IEMs around the $50 range, I suggest saving a bit and buying the EA500LM instead. So what do I think of the EA500LM? Well, I think Simgot has done a fantastic job, and for the price, I think it is one of the default recommendation. If you do get it, please do try the simple free mod I suggested. That really helps the overall signature a lot. I think so with the iFi Go Blue, the EA500LM makes a fantastic pair. Another fantastic pair I can think of is the Simgot EW200, which sounds really good. Sorry for gushing about this, as I think these sound really good, and I was surprised that these sounded even better than the elder brother EA1000, which is double the price. So that is my review of the Simgot EA500LM. If you have any questions, please do comment below. Like and subscribe, that really helps me out a lot. I hope you have a great day ahead. Bye.